All right, I'm on hole number 3 of the 2020 Winter Major. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. Let's go to hole number 3. This is the deal. And I'm so on hole number 3. Let's go look at it first, and then we'll I'll talk about. And what are you doing here? Okay. So ideally, we want to end up in this area. I've made the eagle on this account several times. If you can get up into this area right here with a power 5 ball, because you can put on the topspin if you've got a higher developed extra mile or an apocalypse. You can put on the topspin and you're coming down into, if you look at it, you're coming down into this area right here, and you're roughing it out. You're hitting the rough, and then you're bleeding out into the green, out in here into the fairway. So you're out and you're closer here. I mean, obviously you want to be close. If you could get down in here, it'd be great, because then I think you could actually really kind of go for it on this hole. But I'm tending to end up right here with my upper developed clubs. And with this account, I don't have as much curl. And you don't need a lot of curl on this, but you don't have much topspin. So you're looking at coming out into this area, and there's a good chance you're just going to hit the fairway. If you had enough curl, you could hit the fairway up here short and get it to come down. But you don't have that. But if you bring a power 5 ball, you got a shot here. Because if you can get out into here, your big dog, just like in your upper developed account, can get out to here and get you over to this fairway right here, so that you end up somewhere in front of the green and you've got a chip coming up. Now I'm using a Firefly, so I've got the ability to run out the top spin and really go for it, and you got a shot. And I've hit eagle on this hole probably 50% of the time, but you have to bring a power 5 ball. And in this account, if you think about, there's really kind of 3 holes here. If you've got the stuff for it, there's 3 holes that you need power 5 balls. So that means you need, so today there's 3, that's 6, and then you're going to play 6 more, so you're going to need 12 of those power 5 balls. And I have 14, so I have enough. I have enough that I can play these with power 5 balls. So I'm going to play it with a power 5 ball. And Berserker is the ball of choice because it's giving you some side spin. If you got those rose balls that they were selling, I think they were selling them at the beginning of the week, those will work. You need an extra mile and a big dog. I'm going to end up in my Firefly range when I'm out there, and my Firefly is the wedge of choice. In my opinion, if you've got lower developed stuff, I like the Firefly. Why? Because it's got 81 topspin and it's got 4.1 ball guide. When you have lower developed stuff, what are you missing? You're missing ball guide and accuracy. So the accuracy here being around 50% is not the greatest in the world, but typically when you're using your wedge, you're close up, and being able to have ball guide and being able to top spin it up and run it up to the cup, the more topspin you can put on, the closer you can get that first bounce to you, the less wind plays a factor. So the accuracy isn't as big an issue. And so having ball guide and topspin in a wedge, in my opinion, those are the top 2 numbers. And then we go from there. I don't typically use my wedge and use backspin. I don't find that there's a couple holes in the game where backspin, like if you have a wedge with backspin, that helps. But I typically don't find that to be the case. So here I'm going to go extra mile, big dog, Firefly, power 5 ball. I'm ready to roll. And it's all about the drive. And this is a one shot at a time. If you don't get the drive right, then you're scrambling. And the ideal thing to do is to scramble to an area, move yourself as far forward as you can, but absolutely positively make sure that you end up in a fairway. It's so easy in this game, and you see it all the time. People go from the rough to the rough, from the sand to the sand. And so if I end up blowing this drive shot, it's going to be super important that I end up staying in the fairway. So I need to get up into this area right here. This is where I'd like to get. So that puts me about 2 rings into power. That's about 5 miles per hour. And I don't have a lot of curl on this. And so I'm going to come out into this area right here so I don't have to put as much power on it. It's 2.4 per ring. That leaves me 5. So that's about a ring and a fifth. I'm going to put that power back into it. I'm going to put my massive curl on it, and I'm going to put some overpower. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got enough overpower on there to get me clipping the rough and then bleeding out into the fairway. And I actually got more distance, forward running distance right there than I've been getting with my upper developed account. And my big dog hits 180, and in my upper developed account, it hits 180. So I'm actually in a better spot here than I've been ending up with my Extra Mile 9. Because with my Extra Mile 9, I'm trying to come out of it here, and I'm probably about I've been bleeding out like really short right here. So, and the angle where I'm at with this account, I'm actually in a pretty good spot right there. So it's 3 super tough shots, and I passed the first test. Now we've got shot number 2, which is a big dog at Max Club, and we're once again doing a rough bump. And it hits farther than it looks like it's going to down in this hole. So when you put this topspin on there, you got to make sure that you're hitting that rough. You do not want to end up clipping the fairway. So I'm going to take that wind out. It's 2.4 per ring, so that leaves me 12. So that's a half. It's about a ring and a half. And I'm going to put curl to bring it back around that freaking light post. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about whether or not the second bounce clips the rough. Actually, that is the best I've done on that hole all week long. That is fantastic. I haven't even been able to get up with my upper developed account and get on the green where I'm taking a putt. It's all been those chips, and that chip sucks. That's the best I've played this all week with my lowest level clubs. That is fantastic. That is a woo! Geez, that is awesome right there. I can't believe with all that topspin that it was able to hold on and not bleed off the back of the green. That is amazing. And I have no ball. That's one of the things is with the lower developed big dog, you'd have no ball guides. So I have no idea where it's going to go. That is fantastic. I'm definitely going to go back and see what I did as far as topspin on that. Because with my upper developed count, it seems like I'm not putting as much topspin on. Hitting it perfect. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting an eagle with my low level stuff. Smoking it out. That is fantastic. Power 5 ball. And that's what made that all possible. That hole was brought to you. This hole is sponsored by Berserker. And while Titan is the king of balls, there are holes that if you don't have, get in the hole. Oh man, that was close. Close. Nice shot. If you're buying balls, if you have a lower developed account and you're if you're buying balls, and I'll tell you a way to get some free balls is to if you think that Google doesn't know everything about everything, you can do the Google opinion rewards if you got an Android. I'm not sure if you can do it if you got an Apple. If you're riding the little bus, I'm not sure. But if you've got a Android, you can do Google opinion rewards and answer surveys during the week, and you'll get about $8 in Google money every month, anywhere between about $5 and $8. And those, it gives you the opportunity to buy some of those $5 packs or to buy those $1.99 packs. But when the Power 5, like if you do, like you're really selective when you're buying balls, and there's only one kind of ball that you're going to buy, in my opinion, you buy the Power 5 balls. You can get, a low wind ball, those are great. It's nice to go out there and you're usually hitting a, a, a power two ball, and you can go out there with a power two low wind 5 wind ball. But you can get around that with the normal balls that we can get. But when you're on holes like that hole right there where you need a power 5 ball, you need a power 5 ball. And so the only way you can get those is to purchase them. So if you're buying balls and you've got a lower developed account and you're not spending a lot of money on it, in my humble opinion, the power 5 balls are the spot to start. And then if you buy balls all the time, just buy balls all the time. But if you don't buy many, power 5. All right, that was hole number 3 of the 2020 Winter Major in the opening round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.